ほら、ルフィ、今一緒に海賊になる仲間を探してるんだ。
Hello guys, welcome to my channel The Wandering Zoro, your go-to destination for anime-related content. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest videos. In today's video, we're going to be diving into part 2 of the series What If Deku Reincarnates as Bakugo's little sister. So be sure to stick around until the end, and let's get started. The bus ride is the same. Ida shouts at everyone to be quiet. Aizawa does his creepy look as they stop and get out. They're then told to start running from the mountain to the training camp and get forced to go down. They quickly come across the earth monsters. Izuku/Katsumi explodes them easily. Samu cuts through them. Late in the day, they arrive and get lunch made for them since they took all day arriving. Over the next few days, cut to the bath scene. Izuku/Katsumi. Oh, dear God. I'm expected to act normal naked around naked girls exhales and takes off close and walks in slowly, covering up and sits in a corner. Jiro sits next to her self-conscious. Izuku/Katsumi. Partly that. Jiro. Yeah, I get that. Izuku/Katsumi. Thanks. Jiro, no problem smiles. Samu trains with Tiger to train her power. Meanwhile, Izuku/Katsumi trains to get more explosion per ignited drop of sweat and training to cover more area with powerful blasts. Cut to the night of the attack. Samu and Shoto go first in the scare race. The LOV start attacking. Magna gets Pixie Bob with a surprise attack and puts her club over Pixie Bob's head. Tiger and Mandalay prepare to attack. Spinner, walking out of the forest, I am a member of the Vanguard Action Squad. Magna, keeping her weapon over Pixie Bob's head. Tiger, tenses up, ready to pounce. Spinner, back off, her life is decided by Stain's sword. Mandalay, Stain the one who killed that innocent UA student? Is he somehow responsible for this? Spinner, my name is Spinner unravels his sword, I will back up Stain's dream. Holding his sword forward. Tiger, you scarred Pixie Bob. Your actions are reprehensible. She's young and healthy, with a good happy life ahead of her. Who are you to take all that away from her? Spinner, it's not a hero's job to be happy. Tenses and gets ready to attack, sword at his side. Tiger and Mandalay get ready to attack them both. Mandalay, I've left the safety of the students in Ragdoll's hands. Students, leave now. Students, run off. Izuku/Katsumi. Since they never really were in a position to ask, because Mineta was never a perv, so Kota never got hurt, and they never took him to the cats to get healed, they never found out about his secret area Mandalay. Where's Kota? Mandalay. I don't know, probably wherever he usually runs off to. Izuku/Katsumi. I'll go look for him, uses explosions to go high, and sees Kota, landing next to him. Muscular. Bakugo, is this your sister? Katsuki, huh? Ya looks at Izuku/Katsumi with pure hate. Muscular. Then you can take her leans against the mountain. Izuku/Katsumi. Uses feet explosions to easily get behind Katsuki. Katsuki sends an explosion behind him. Izuku/Katsumi sends a giant explosion forward through the explosion and knocks him out easily. Muscular. In a full circular, muscled form, you seem very strong. I'd be happy to kill you. Starts punching at them. Izuku/Katsumi uses feet explosions to dodge. Muscular punches up at them. Izuku/Katsumi sends a huge explosion over him and lands behind him. Muscular, perfectly fine, and takes another punch. Izuku/Katsumi uses explosions to dodge and uses the new attack they learned with Endeavor, sending spiraling explosions at him, building up kinetic energy in a spot to create fire on him. Muscular, annoyed. Izuku/Katsumi explodes forward into his muscles and ignites all her sweat to send him falling back, actually managing to make him bleed. Kota run. Kota, shaking, why are you fighting for me? Muscular, gets up and gets ready to punch. Izuku/Katsumi sends a gauntlet right under his head, breaking his jaw and sending his head up to throw him off, then shoves a gauntlet into the injury they caused and ignites it, throwing him back, breaking his bones, and leaving him unable to get up. Kota, still from fear and surprise. Izuku/Katsumi puts him on their back and starts running away as fast as they can. Sue, walking on her own, since Achiko's in extra lessons. Himiko jumps out of the woods and gets ready to attack. Sue takes a leap. Himiko uses her ranged needles to trap Sue to a tree with her hair. Sue H. Himiko. People are so cute when they're scared, puts a knife up to her chest and cuts deep. Sue H. Himiko licks the vital fluid from her chest. Delicious. Sue, breathing heavily. Izuku/Katsumi runs across Aizawa. Sorry, I had to use my quirk. Aizawa. Izuku/Katsumi. I'll head to the safe room this time. They don't know their goal since Muscular never said it about to run off. Aizawa. Bakugo? Izuku/Katsumi. Yes, Mr. Aizawa. Aizawa, I need you to send a message to Mandalay. It'll excuse your quirk use. Izuku/Katsumi. Izuku/Katsumi runs up to the cat's. Mandalay. Mr. Aizawa needs you to send a message to everyone. Tell them they're allowed to use their quirks in self-defense. Mandalay, okay, uses her quirk to send the message. Izuku/Katsumi uses explosions to get to Vlad King and the others. Shuji, since Izuku never gets to him to lead Dark Shadow to help Shoto, he just runs to the safety zone. Samu uses her quirk to cut Moonfish's teeth as they try to cut her. Shoto, trying to use ice to block him. Mr. Compress, jumping around the trees. Where could that insane blonde kid be? Apparently, he reminds Shiggy of his master. I guess his personality is kinda half insane, half super smart, kinda like twice two sides. I'll trust my teammates. He sees Dark Shadow rampaging, looking for someone or something to attack now. There's a good villain. He jumps down and touches Dark Shadow, compressing Dark Shadow off of Tokoyami. Tokoyami, huh? Where'd Dark Shadow go? Mr. Compress. Please, my dear bird boy, you're supposed to applaud a trick like that. Tokoyami, huh? Are you a villain? Mr. Compress. That is the role I'm playing. But it also seems like the role you're playing. Tokoyami. Mr. Compress. Well, every good trick needs a distraction. He leaps forward and touches Tokoyami, compressing him into a marble, then touches his headpiece. Anyone seen the target yet? Kirojiri. Are you sure our men can handle the task? Shouldn't you join them? Tamura. Me and Naito are unplayable characters this round. Naito. The healer, yeah, I reckon they got it. Shigaraki, yeah. The mustard fight goes down the same up until he shoots Tetsu the second or third time, drawing vital fluid. Mustard now? Stain jumps forward, catching the vital fluid and licks it. The fight goes on as usual until Kendo makes her hand bigger and sends him sideways. Kendo starts waving her hands, messing with the mustard gas. Tetsu, paralyzed. Kendo, how maybe you aren't such a one-trick pony. Stain, you're gonna leave her alone. Mustard, points gun at the spot where he made him bleed and shoots a bullet straight through the skull. Stain jumps forward and slices Kendo's hand, with vital fluid getting all over his sword, and he licks it. Kendo, paralyzed. Himiko walks over him. Frog vital fluid is delicious, injects Kendo, and takes a bunch of her vital fluid, while licking from the wounds, then goes over to Tetsu and does the exact same to him. Stain taps headpiece. No, I haven't seen the target. Himiko taps headpiece. Nope. Mustard taps headpiece. Afraid not. Dabi taps headpiece. So no one anywhere, even the scouts. Maybe he's in where my clones were. A building at the end of the forest. Mr. Compress taps headpiece. You got it. He heads there, going as fast as he can. Mr. Compress leaps into the building. Hello? Vlad King releases vital fluid, punching him into a wall. Mr. Compress compresses the vital fluid and touches Vlad Kind, catching him by surprise, compressing him. The group of students prepare to fight. Mr. Compress throws a marble at them and releases Vlad King's vital fluid to entrap some of them. The majority, who aren't trapped, jump forward to fight. Mr. Compress drops a marble and steps out, releasing Dark Shadow. Dark Shadow throws all the not trapped people into walls, knocking them out. Mr. Compress jumps in and touches Dark Shadow, compressing them. Aoyama lasers through the vital fluid. Mr. Compress throws a marble at him and releases Vlad King, knocking him down. Jumps forward and touches Monoma, compressing him. Vlad Kind jumps forward at Mr. Compress. Mr. Compress drops a marble and releases Tsu, and then throws another marble and releases Tokoyami to throw him off course. I found this girl dying. I figured I'd use her to get a pro to leave me alone if needed. I'd suggest a vital fluid transfusion and getting her to a doctor quick. Come after me, and she definitely dies. Based on the fact that your quirk lets you survive the loss, and your support item can bring out vital fluid, turns around and walks off. Vlad King starts pumping blood into Tsu, using his manipulation to make it like a professional transfusion. Tokoyami, calling the doctors and sitting next to Tsu. Mr. Compress taps headpiece. I got the target. Stand down. Everyone heads back. Bakugo carrying muscular back in his weakened state, and Moonfish picking up a severed arm on the way back, eating as he heads back. Tamura. No one got caught. Still a little surprising. Muscular is the most injured. Naito touches Muscular and starts healing him. Muscular points at Katsuki. Blame his sister and her stupid full-body nuke and support items. Katsuki, she got me in less than a minute. Dabi, wow, that's powerful, or you're weak. Katsuki, shut up, I'll kill you. Dabi, please. The only way you'd kill someone is ruining their mental health and making them commit suicide, and I guarantee I've been through more than you could ever give me, and I haven't killed myself. So you can't kill me. Naito, okay, done. Tokoyami hugs Tsu the moment she wakes up in the hospital. Tsu ribbit. Hi Tokoyami. Vlad King. 28 major student injuries, more than in the original because of the differences story-wise. 5 minor student injuries. A pro hero kidnapped. A student kidnapped, and a quirk potentially broken by theft of the being it creates. I hope the doctors can find a way to bring back his quirk or fix his quirk once we get it back, if we get it back. Aizawa, exactly. This is terrible. Tiger. Yeah, we didn't even capture a single villain. Mandalay didn't even get a weapon. Pixie Bob, holding ice to her head. They destroyed us. Perhaps we should have brought All Might. Tsu. Tokoyami? Tokoyami, yeah? Tsu, why are you in the hospital? Tokoyami. Oh, I don't want to worry you, but a villain managed to separate me and Dark Shadow and stole them, stopping me from activating my quirk. Tsu, you mean you're out of action? Tokoyami. Yeah, they weren't able to fix it, so I'm out until Dark Shadow is saved, then they need to reattach it. Hopefully it works. Tsu. Hugs. I'm sorry to hear that, Ribbit. Tokoyami. It's okay. Worry about recovering. Not me, okay? Even if I don't have Dark Shadow, I can pretend this is my quirk. Points at his head. Tsu. Okay. Tokoyami. I'll go into medical school if I can't. Todoroki's brother apparently is, and the doctor who checked up on me agreed to help if I can't get it back. I'll look into reattaching quirks. Tsu. I'll keep in touch. Smiles, tongue hanging out of her mouth. Tokoyami. I'm glad. Smiles with his beak somehow. Tetsu wakes up. Kendo. Tetsu. What happened? Kendo. You got shot through the skull. I guess the villain thought he killed you. Luckily, the bullet narrowly missed your brain. Tetsu. Oh. Kendo. Also, Monoma was kidnapped and the majority of our class are knocked out from the toxic gas. Tetsu. Oh wow. Kendo. Yeah, most of 1A were pretty badly injured as well. Kirishima was even crushed by Vlad King from a villain. Tetsu, my bro. Kendo, yeah? Izuku/Katsumi. Bakugo, he's back like a demon from my past. I'll put him back in jail if I kill him. Even if no one finds out, I'll be a villain and I'm not stooping to his level. Shoto. If that tooth villain had gone on for much longer, I don't know if I could have kept him off us. I need better control. Samu. I need a better way to use my power. It's simply not enough as it is. Tamura. Hey, Nito Monoma, right? Monoma, correct. Tamura. You remind me of our dear cloner twice, personality-wise. Monoma, who? Twice. Walks forward and takes off his mask. Please look, I can't do this for very long. Monoma. You're insane and unstable, aren't you? Himiko. Wow, they even look alike. Dabi. Goes up to Monoma. About to use that Todoroki DNA. Are you twice secret love child or something? Monoma. I don't think so. Tamura. So let's get on to the main transaction. Nito Monoma, will you join the LOV? Monoma. Why would I? Mr. Compress. Walks forward. You clearly love putting on a show. I'd be grateful to have you under my cape. Monoma. That's a cape? Mr. Compress. Maybe. There's a knock at the door, and the league kinda stop and look at the door. Hello? This is Pizza La Camino store. Monoma. Someone ordered pie. All Might smashes through the wall. Tamura. Kirojiri Gate. Kamui Woods. Piri Mptiv binding lacquered chain prison. Dabi a tree? What the heck? Starts making fire but gets kicked in the face and knocked out by Gran Torino. Gran Torino, don't be impatient. It'd be in your best interests to stay put. All Might. Just what I'd expect from one of the most competent new heroes around, Kamui Woods. And the veteran after than the eye can see, Gran Torino. You can't run any more League of Villains. Why? Because we are here. Mr. Compress, right after that press conference. Don't tell me this was all prearranged. Twice, Tree Man. Stop pulling me. Push. Himiko, no? No. Ed shot. When one is on the offensive is when one neglects defense the most. Slides and we're not the only ones here from the Pizza La Camino store. Opens the door outside. You're surrounded by skillful heroes, like Endeavor and the police. Endeavor, Tsukachi. Why does that American get to rush in while I'm out here, holding the perimeter? Tsukachi. In case we miss catching them in there. You've got a wider field of vision. Endeavor. Fine. All Might. Looks at Monoma. I'm sure you were scared. You did a good job bearing it. I'm sorry. It's fine now, young man. Monoma is released and stands up. MHM. Shigaraki. After I went through all that trouble to prepare this, why are you coming to me? You last boss? Everyone's been restrained. We can't escape from this easily. F it. It can't be helped. We're not the only ones here. The same goes for us. Kirojiri, bring as many as you can over. All Might. Nomus, I presume? Shigaraki. What's the matter, Kirojiri? Kirojiri. I'm sorry, Tamura Shigaraki. The Nomus that were supposed to be in a fixed location are not there. Shigaraki, huh? All Might. You are still green, Shigaraki. Tamura, huh? All Might. League of Villains, you underestimate everything too much. The soul of a young man. The diligent investigations of the police. And our anger. That's enough with the childish pranks. This is the end. Tamura Shigaraki. Stain, All Might. It's him. Spinner, All Might. The hero acknowledged by Stain. Tamura. The end, you say? Don't be ridiculous. I've only just begun. Forces himself up, Justice Peace. I'll destroy this garbage heap that you put a lid on with such vague ideas. It was for that reason that I set All Might apart and started gathering people to my cause. Don't be ridiculous. This is the beginning, Kirojiri. Kirojiri. Edshot goes into him and knocks him out. Magna. No, stop. I couldn't see anything. What? Did you kill him? Edshot. Makes a shush finger shape. I played around with his insides and made him unconscious. He is not dead. Edshot recreates his head back. Edshot. Ninpo. Thousand Sheet Pierce. This man was always a nuisance. I'll have him sleep. Gran Torino. Didn't I tell you earlier that it'd be in your best interests to stay put? Kenji Hikishi. Go to Imisuji Muscular's real name. Atsuhiro Seiko. Shuichi Iguchi. Senso Doku made-up name for mustard. Hito Gue Niku made-up name for moonfish. Himiko Toga. Kaizome Akaguro Stain's real name. Jin Bubagawara. Katsuki Bakugo. With little information and time, the police officers worked through the night to determine your true identities. Do you understand? There's nowhere left for you to run. Hey Shigaraki, can I ask you where your boss is? Shigaraki. Remembers all for one's words. No one came to save you. Huh? It must have been hard. Huh, Tenko Shimura? Heroes, eventually. The heroes will. Everyone thought that and pretended not to see you, huh? Just who made this world into what it is? You didn't do anything wrong. It's fine. I'm here for you. This is unsatisfying. Don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. All Might. Where is he right now? Shigaraki. Go away. Disappear. All Might. Shigaraki. Shigaraki. I hate you. I hate you. Some weird liquid gray portals appear and Nomu starts stepping out. Kamui Woods. Nomus. They came from nowhere. More start opening and more Nomu start stepping out. Kamui Woods. What is that? Gran Torino. Edshot. What about Kirojiri? Edshot. He's still unconscious. He didn't do it. Gran Torino. They just keep coming. All Might. Kamui Woods. Do not let them go under any circumstance. Kamui Woods. Yes, sir. The gray stuff goes over Monoma, starting just under the mouth. Monoma, what the? All Might. Young Monoma. Jumps forward, but the gray stuff has already got Monoma away and oh. Kamui Woods. Endeavor, we need backup. Eyes widen as he sees Nomu coming out of the gray stuff all over the ground. What? The bullets aren't doing anything to the Nomo. Endeavor, Tsukachi, expand the evacuation area. Tsukachi, there should be 2 hideouts, that's what our investigation results said. Genist, didn't you take control over there? Genist, Gran Torino, kicks a Nomu in the back. All Might, punches a Nomu away with ease. Gran Torino, Tashinori, these guys. All Might, they shouldn't have been able to warp, they're dealing with this too quickly. Don't tell me they're going to use this. Shigaraki, remembers the final bit of the memory, it's fine now. I'm here for you. Master, Toga, makes a bless sound as it appears on her. Gran Torino, oh no, everyone's going to be taken away. All of them have it going over them. All Might, running forward effort. It appears around the unconscious Dabi, and Kurogiri, take me with you. Shigaraki, the gray stuff appears around Shigaraki as he leans his head up, ready for it. All Might, misses the gray stuff a second time as Shigaraki is warped away, his eyes widen. Kemui Woods, I'm sorry everyone. Edshot, it wasn't your fault. Dodges a Nomu and jumps off its head with a kick, sending it down. Then sends strands of his body into the Nomu. We were also unable to do anything. We thought Kurogiri's warp was more like teleportation remakes his head rather than one that opened a path in space. 3 Nomu jump at Edshot. Gran Torino, All Might. All Might, Oklahoma Smash. He does a spin with 3 Nomu on him and ruins the Nomu's days and the structural integrity of the building. Endeavor, that was an energetic wave of breaking things. All Might, I can't help it. Focus on the villains. Cop 1, shooting a Nomu point blank, and it's not doing anything, you monsters. Endeavor, vaporizes it with fire. These guys does a fire spin and burns 2 from the palms of his hands. Did they come from over there? Tsukachi, I can't get a hold of Genist and the others. It's possible that we failed on the Nomu factory side. Endeavor, what a mess. All Might, Endeavor. Endeavor, huh? All Might, coughing a little, are you all right? Endeavor, what are you looking at to ask a question like that? Even though you're at the top, will you need bifocals soon? Turns around and burns a Nomu with a big blast. If you're gonna go, then hurry up and go. All Might, yeah, I'll leave it to you. All the league members appear where All for One just owned Best Genist, MT Lady, Gang Orca, and the police who were there to back him up. Monoma, 6 sounds, what was that? It smelled awful. Coughs. All for One AFO. Sorry, Monoma. Momona, huh? The other members of the league appear. Spinner, ah. Toga, what the? Twice. Something stinks. Other twice. Smells good. The league are in a semicircle around Tamura, except for Dabi and Kurogiri, who are lying unconscious behind Spinner. Shigaraki, Master. AFO. You failed again. Huh, Tamura? But do not be discouraged. Just try again. I have brought your associates back as well. Even this child. Because you judged that he was an important piece. He puts a hand out in front of Tamura. Do it over as many times as you need to. That is why I am here. It's all for you. Goes over to Mustard and taps his head. Poison breathing. For you, kid. Steps back. You're here. After all, aren't you? All Might. Flies at his face and punches. Getting caught by a hand. I'll have you return everything. All for One. AFO. Will you kill me again, All Might? Using impact recoil, which makes an explosion of air, sending the league and Monoma flying. You're a little late. It's a little more than 5 kilometers from the bar to here. It was easily 30 seconds after I sent the Nomus before you arrived. You've gotten weaker, All Might. All Might, what about you? What's with that industrial mask you've got on? Aren't you overexerting yourself? Monoma. He held All Might back with his bare hands. This guy's the villain's boss, with a quirk that reminds blue hair over there of mine. All Might. I won't make the same mistake as I did 6 years ago. All for One. I will take young Monoma back. And this time, I will throw you in prison for sure. And all of the League of Villains you control with you. AFO. Starts using a combination of quirks. There's so much to do. It'll be tough for both of us. Sends a big blast of wind at All Might, sending him back. Through a couple buildings. Air cannon plus spring-like limbs. Kinetic booster ×4. Strength enhancer ×3. This combination is fun. Maybe I'll try to add a few more enhancer types. Monoma. All Might. AFO. Even without your worry, he won't die from something like that. Monoma. It was more shock. AFO. So run away from here, Tamura, and take that child with you. Sends the rivet stab quirk into Kurogiri. Kurogiri. Get everyone away from here. Magna. Hey, wait. He was defeated and is now unconscious. I'm not sure what's going on, but if you can use warp, then you should get us away. AFO. I just got mine, Magna. On top of only being able to transport short distances, unlike his coordination transport, I can only beam people to me or away from me, and I can only send them away to someone I am very familiar with. So I'll have Kurogiri do it. Uses forced quirk activation and opens a portal from Kurogiri forcible quirk activation. Now go. Retracts it into his hand. Shigaraki, what about you? All Might. Jumps out of the rubble and goes to take another punch at All for One. AFO. Rises up slowly, think constantly, Tamura. You still have much more room to grow. All Might. I won't let you get away. Goes to punch All for One around the chest, but gets blocked by an arm, creating more wind waves. Shigaraki, Master. Mr. Compress. Let's go, Shigaraki. While that pipe mask is holding All Might back, compresses Dabi and puts him in a pocket. Get your piece. Monoma. What an odd situation. All Might. Jumps at them. Young Monoma. AFO. Uses Rivet Stab to throw him off course and attack him, stopping him getting to Monoma. All Might. Dodging but not much else. Monoma. Dodging the advances of the league. Twice tape measures, Toga's knife. Bakugo goes boom boom. Moonfish's teeth and Stain's sword. These guys are worried. They're willing to take me more forcefully. Why do they see me as this important? 12 against 1. Removing the healer. That's 11 against 1. I can't let that showman touch me. All Might. Runs for them. I'm going now. He gets struck down with Rivet Stab. AFO. I won't let you. That's why I'm here. Flings him into a building. All Might. Falling back down, backwards, in a boulder position, surrounded by rivets. AFO. Catches another blow, causing the floor to split to pieces. Are you trying to save your strength? To keep the boy from getting caught up in this? All Might. Jumps back. AFO. It's rough, isn't it? To be these creatures called heroes. All Might. Young Monoma. Monoma. Dodging still. All Might can't fully fight if I'm here. AFO. Sends rivets at All Might. All Might. Grabs them and throws him into a building. Moonfish finally manages to overwhelm Monoma and catch him, bringing him close. Moonfish, flesh. Mr. Compress. Touches Monoma and pockets his compressed version. Thank you, Moonfish. Moonfish. No problem. Muscular. Creates extra muscles on one arm. Go on. Eat up, idiot. Moonfish. Eats until his arm is back to normal. Thank you, Muscular. Muscular. Yeah, whatever. Mount Lady. Gets back up and grows. I've got you now, League. Muscular. Pushes his quirk until he's her size and gives one strong punch to the face, knocking her out. Magna. Let's go. Gran Torino. Zips around, knocking out Magna. Twice. Muscular. Moonfish. The healer. Stain. Mr. Compress and Spinner. Mustard. Puts up a small version of his quirk around only him to stop Gran Torino getting close, because his quirk is poison and sleep. All Might. You're too slow. Gran Torino. You're too fast. AFO. Gets up. Shimura's friend, huh? All Might. Coughs twice. Little coughs. It's shameful that I needed help, but also that your own man removed the thing stopping me from holding back. I can defeat you without reserve. All for One. Gran Torino. I can't get near that one, but he can't do anything more either since I'll move faster than his bullets, so we've got 2 left here. 2. I'll end this. Toga. Tamura. I don't want this to end. Mustard. Me neither. AFO. They got us. They neatly turn the tables in one move. Sends Rivet Stab into Magna, 1 into the healer, and 1 into Compress forcible quirk activation. Magnetism and Compress. It's not clear what he used Compress for. Shigaraki. Reaches forward at grab. Torino turned to dust. Gets pulled back by the head by Magnesium. Gran Torino misses his kick. Toga. Also affected, with Spinner, Compress, Stain, Moonfish, Muscular, Mustard, twice, and Shigaraki by the head being pulled towards her. Wait, if you come at me that fast. They hit into her, and they're all sent through the portal. Shigaraki. Being pulled in last, by the head. Wait. Don't, Master. Gran Torino. Flying forward. I won't let you escape. Gets hit by a rivet and sent away as Magna, and the healer and Compress are thrown through the portal with rivets. Shigaraki. With that body, Yuli falls into the portal. No. Remembers, no one came to save you. Huh? It must have been hard. Huh, Tenko Shimura? It's fine. I'm here for you. The hand falls off his face and through the portal as his face is going through it, I'm not. He gets pulled fully in, and the portal closes. AFO. Tomura, you must keep fighting. The battle goes on as it does in canon with one change. Since All Might is not as weak, he's not Small Might until after delivering the United States of Smash. AFO. Right before he gets punched, I used compress for this. Dark Shadow. The impact hits, and he's defeated, but then Dark Shadow, now powered up, appears. Gran Torino flies at it to try to distract it from All Might. Dark Shadow simply swats him away like a human fly through 16 buildings, forcing Gran Torino to fall unconscious. All Might, Gran Torino, Dark Shadow, I need to take him in, back to young Tokoimi, or die trying. He stares at Dark Shadow. You'll be my last opponent. I already know it. He runs forward, forcing his quirk into one arm, using weaker punches to send airwaves to throw it off, and uses the arm like a javelin pole to get above Dark Shadow. Dark Shadow grabs him and smashes him into the floor a few times, then throws him. All Might goes full might and gets behind Dark Shadow, focusing it all his power, all the fire into a single, brutal strike to the head, killing the last embers of all for one inside him. Japan and America smash. Dark Shadow is forced into the ground, and this impact uses up most energy. Endeavor and Edge shot back after being pushed away by All for One in the fight. All Might, Endeavor, fire. Now, Endeavor uses fire to completely neutralize Dark Shadow. Dark Shadow, small what happened? Toshinori Yagi, you got separated from young Tokoimi. I'm here to take you back. The police arrive and detain All for One. Everyone in hospital makes a full recovery, and Dark Shadow is reattached to Tokoimi. The symbol of peace retires and Endeavor becomes number one, but Monoma is still missing. Aizawa walks into the Bakugo household. I'm sure you know why we're here. Mrs. Bakugo, the dorms, right? Yeah, we thought about it, and she might join the school dorm system. It's probably safer since her insane brother is on the loose. Mr. Bakugo, yeah, but Katsumi is strong, and she defeated him once, so I'm not too worried. Aizawa, well, I would be. Mr. and Mrs. Bakugo, Izuku/Katsumi. Aizawa, I mean, she can handle herself against him, and she'll be safe in our dorms, but what about you two? You might be in just as much danger. All Might, which is why we want to put you into a safety program. Mrs. Bakugo, I understand, I accept. Mr. Bakugo, MHM. Aizawa, great, thank you for your time. They leave. Izuku/Katsumi, Imma go for a walk, get some fresh air leaves. Izuku/Katsumi bumps into Shoto. Oh, sorry, Todoroki, didn't see you there. Shoto smiles. It's fine. I was actually looking for you. Just wanted to ask, would you be interested in coming to a family dinner sometime? There'll be a lot of arguing, and I'm just hoping you'd calm that down. My dad's impressed enough with you to allow it. My sister would like another girl around, and I'm sure my brother would have no problem with it. If my mom is there, she'd have a field day though. Chuckles. Izuku/Katsumi smiles at his chuckle. I'd be happy too. Shoto, great. It's a date whenever one appears in the calendar. Walks back home to train. Izuku/Katsumi, HM, that will be nice. Smiles to themselves. They move into their dorms. Achiko gathers all girls around and explains her idea for a room-checking contest. It goes without a hitch and basically the same as normal, except every room is seen. Sato still wins. Izuku/Katsumi, is it really fair that he bribed most of the other girls with cake? Samu, I don't know, but it's not like he did it on purpose, so I'll allow it. Izuku/Katsuki, yeah, fair point. Aizawa, okay, class, the provisional license exam is coming up. Izuku/Katsumi, isn't that usually reserved for second years? Aizawa, yeah, but we think it's important that you first years can do hero work and defend yourself without needing permission from a guardian. Now, we have some third-year students to help teach this lesson. You may know them. They all walk in. Aizawa, as the big three. Mirio, hello? I'm Mirio Togata. Tamaki Imajiki. Nijire Hato. Goes up to Shuji. Whoa, that mask is so cool. Why do you wear it? Shuji puts hand on his face, near the mask. Tamaki, Nijire, stop. Mirio, okay. Get into your hero suits and meet us at the training grounds. Mirio, now fight me. Tamaki, oh god, Mirio, try not to hurt them too much. His head against a wall. Long-ranged fighters of Class 1A. Try to hit Mirio, Aoyama going for his head, but they just go through Mirio. Mirio goes into the floor and hits a bunch of people power. Jiro, her earphones go to the side as she freaks out. Mirio hits her over the head, knocking her out. I think that's all the long-ranged fighters. He goes into the floor and starts taking out the close-range fighters. Izuku/Katsumi. Okay, he's popping in and out of the ground so he'll appear. Mirio pops out of the ground. Izuku/Katsumi dodges and uses a huge explosion in the few seconds he is solid. Mirio appears up and manages to hit her over. That's kinda impressive. You managed to predict my movements. Well done, first year. Aizawa, you done? Cool. Cut to the day they actually start making special moves. Izuku/Katsumi. Alright, I do have my spiraling flame attack already, but I need a more ranged attack. Smaller area, but more power or with rapid deployment. Samu. Okay, so, I need like an armor like Kirishima. Samu works with Kirishima to work her energy in a defensive way while helping Kirishima find a more offensive way to use his own power. Izuku/Katsumi develops AP Shot and AP Shot, autocannon, as well as a more effective version of Fire Spin and a defense-based move called Explosive Cage. Class 1A walk out of their bus. Inasa Yurashi. Hello? Yue. Aizawa, it's him. Seiji Shishikura. Inasa, don't talk to these students. Yoshindo, hi. I really hope we can all do our best. Smiles. Nagamasa Mora. Seiji, don't start arguments. Inasa, I love your school. Crashes head into the pavement and brings head back up. Kamitoga. Vital fluid. Mrs. Joke. Hey Aizawa. Great to see you again. Aizawa. Mrs. Joke. We should get married. Aizawa, no. Mrs. Joke. Oh, how you joke. Chuckles. I'll take you to dinner to help you get over that student that died. Aizawa. Inhales through teeth. Too far. Emmy, too far. Mrs. Joke. Emmy Fukakato. Yeah, sorry. Well, let's go students. Her and her students and Inasa Yurashi into the building. Sue. Points at Inasa. You know that guy? Aizawa. Yeah, he's a first year like you. He came first in the recommendation UA entrance exam, but he chose not to go to our school. Teacher Y start walking into the building. Samu. Weird, he loves our school, yet chose not to go there. They get told about the first task and enter it. Mrs. Joke. You know, you've only expelled one student so far. If you care about these students, it was me not to tell them about the weakness of UA. Because of the sports festival, all the other schools know about their powers. That's why UA is always destroyed right at the start of this test. Shoto has already walked off. Samu, Kirishima. Let's go. It makes sense for us to work together. Walks off, with Kirishima following and Denki just kinda tagging along behind them. Class 1A gets jumped. Izuku/Katsumi bashes their hands together and sends a bunch of circular things, the same color as Bakugo's explosions, from all over their body, to create a cage, protecting their classmates' explosion cage. Yo Earthquake Guy creates an earthquake to split everyone up. Izuku/Katsumi uses the explosion cage to cut the rocks to pieces and then throws them next to Yo and creates a massive explosion, allowing everyone to breathe for just a second. An earthquake comes from nowhere and still ends up splitting everyone up. Izuku/Katsumi, what the? Uses an explosion to redirect a ball away and sees Uraraka in danger and uses feet explosions to save her. Uraraka. Wow, I really messed up back there, huh? Izuku/Katsumi, MHM. She jumps forward and turns back into Kami over Izuku/Katsumi. Izuku/Katsumi, huh? Uses explosions in the chest to make her go back. Kami starts hopping around. Don't be so aggressive. Izuku/Katsumi, where? Kami. You think this is my quirk, right? Nope. Just really good training from my school. Jumps forward and manages to scratch Izuku/Katsumi's cheek. Izuku/Katsumi uses feet explosions to get up high. Interesting. Uraraka and Siro appear, and Kami vanishes. Siro, whoa, who was that? Izuku/Katsumi. I don't know, but it's not important. I have a plan. Uraraka, left Siro and yourself up. Siro, you start trapping people, and I'll stop and ball hitting you guys. Uraraka, okay. Siro, you got it to debt. Uraraka lifts both herself and Siro up. Siro starts sending tape all over people. Izuku/Katsumi uses PM cannon auto shot to keep the ball hitting anyone, destroying the ball at the same time. Zero done. They all throw ball onto them and win. Samu, Kirishima, and Denki go up onto a platform and come across. Seiji made a bunch of people meatballs but isn't letting them go because he's overconfident. Samu goes full body energy. Kirishima hardens. Denki exists. Seiji sends one of his fingers at Samu. Kirishima takes the hit and becomes a meatball. Samu puts out her hand and releases all the energy over her body, basically destroying the finger. Seiji sends more at her, losing a couple more, but does manage to meatball her, who looks at Denki. What do you plan to do now? Denki this. Shoots something at him, missing. Seiji you missed, now what? Puts a foot on Kirishima. Keep in mind, your friends can still feel pain like this. Denki puts out his finger and releases a large burst of electricity, remembering how the device works and knocking out Seiji. They turn back to normal and pass. Everything else goes as normal, but Momo is the one who encourages Aoyama not to sacrifice himself, and a mysterious person in a cloak seems to have tape arms, agreeing to help them for a slice of Momo's flesh. Taxidermy, to stop it decaying. This concerns Momo a lot, but they need a restraint quirk, so she goes along with it, letting the person pocket the disgusting payment. Momo, yeah, it was super weird. Guy in a cloak wanted my flesh. I had to taxidermy it, but we needed a restraint quirk. Zero, sorry, I abandoned you guys. Momo, it's fine, it's healed now. Shoto and Inesa have an intense stare, and the second test is announced. Not much is too different for the second task. Inesa and Shoto argue, making them fail. Izuku/Katsumi loses a few points but passes and is able to help against Gang Orca. Samu is nicer than Bakugo and is also able to pass, meaning only one student from 1A failed, Shoto. A speech is said, allowing the ones who failed the second round extra classes to still get a license. A policewoman is walking down a street as Goose starts to fall off her, showing Himiko Toga, who looks at the cloaked person. Toga, did you succeed? The cloaked person pulls out a slab of flesh. Yes, and my hypothesis was correct. The voice of a man states as he puts the flesh back into a pocket and takes off his hood, showing the head of Nido Monoma. As long as it's a piece of someone, I can copy their quirk. Twice, walking down the street, and sees Overhaul over the reservoir dogs. Overhaul, you're all sick, and you need a cure. Overhaul follows Twice into a warehouse that has Mr. Compress, Toga, Shigaraki, Magna, Katsuki, Mustard, and Stain, the four from Canon, the two other teenagers, and someone whose mere presence amazes villains. Tamura, you brought a crazy big fish, huh? Twice? Overhaul, big fish, that's ironic. League of Villains. Magna, what? Is that guy someone famous? Tamura, Master showed me a picture of him before. He's what you'd call Yakuza, the young head of the Shai Hasaikai. Mr. Compress, the young head of the Shai Hasaikai. Magna, so he's the number 2 of organized crime. Oh my, I've never seen anything like him. He smells dangerous. Himiko, organized crime. How's he different from us? Mr. Compress, all right, let me tell you. In the past, there were lots of scary groups that ran the underworld. But after heroes started thriving, they were unmasked and disbanded, and once All Might appeared on the scene, that era was over. The survivors who hadn't been caught became designated villain groups. In other words, they were treated like villain reserves, just scraping by to make a living under the watch of police. Frankly, they're obsolete and should be a protected species. Overhaul, protected species, huh? Well, he's not wrong. Mr. Compress, so, why is this impoverished Yakuza boy here? Are you also on a high because of All Might's retirement? Overhaul, no, it's less about All Might and more about the loss of All for One, the Emperor of Darkness who ruled over all the underside of society. My generation treated him like an urban legend, but our elders believe they had reason to fear him, even after he was rumored to be dead. But this time, he showed up in the flesh. All Might retired, and All for One was thrown into Tartarus. In other words, right now, for both those in the sun and those in the shadows, there is no leader. So then, who will be the next leader? Tamura gets up and takes a few steps forward. If you know who my master is, and you're still saying that, are you here to challenge me? I'm the next leader. Even now, I'm gathering my troops. Our numbers will increase soon. And with that power, I'll crush Hero Society starting with its head. Overhaul, Do you have a plan? Tamura, a plan? You came here to join us, didn't you? Overhaul. A goal with no plan is called a delusion. If you present me with a delusion, then how am I supposed to react? What are you going to do after you increase your forces? How do you plan to manage them in the first place? What kind of organizational chart are you planning to create? You need a plan in order to achieve your goal. And I have a plan. I didn't come here today because I wanted to join you. Tamura. Twice. Don't bring people before checking their intent. Overhaul. In order to execute my plan, I need a lot of money. There isn't really anyone looking to invest in some obsolete, small-time Yakuza. But it'd be different if I had you guys, with your increasing name recognition. Put yourselves under me. I'll show you how well I can use you. And then, I'll become the next leader. Tamura, go home. Magna jumps forward to attack Overhaul. Sorry, Yakuza boy, we didn't come together to be under someone. Affects Overhaul with her quirk, and he starts flying towards her. Magna, I met up with my friend the other day. She's reserved and shy, but she's someone who is still my friend, even knowing my past. She told me, those who are bound by the chains of common sense laugh at those who aren't. Kenny, you're not bound by common sense. I don't have courage to break away from it like you. I'm here because I don't want to be bound by anything. Bakugo, I'll kill you. Explodes forward. Overhaul starts pulling his glove off. Magna, we will decide where we belong. Two metal poles pushes Magna and Bakugo back. Monoma, in his hooded costume. Sorry I'm late. Traffic was a nightmare. Overhaul, huh? Monoma walks next to Magna and Bakugo, brushing Overhaul's arm from a second. Magna. Lord Explosion murder Shigaraki wasn't having King calm down. Let's not do anything brash. Magna. Yeah, right. Just got a bit worked up. Sits back down. Katsuki, fine. Stomps back and sits down. Monoma leans against a wall. Overhaul looks at Monoma. Traffic, I highly doubt that. Pull down your hood. Monoma, no? Overhaul, WHAT? Mr. Compress, you're very demanding. Leaps forward. Maybe my compress will humble you. Stain brings out his sword and jumps forward like hell. I'll let you villains return. Shigaraki, compress, Stain, wait. Mr. Compress gets shot with a bullet and can't compress Overhaul. Mr. Compress, my quirk? A guy jumps in front of Stain's sword. Stain averts his sword, willing to die for your leader. Your loyalty is admirable. I won't kill you, at least not right now. Overhaul, don't touch me. Throws out his arm at Mr. Compers and explodes his arm off. Mustard brings out his gun and shoots the ends of Overhaul's fingers on both hands. Overhaul winces. Mr. Compress gets back. Ah, that hurts. Twice, you okay? Mr. Compress. Yeah, but my quirk didn't come out. Mustard there? Points his gun up. A bullet hits Mustard's hand. Overhaul, your quirk is sharpshooting, I'm guessing. Mustard shoots up at them. The sound of a gun hitting the floor. Chrono, my eyes. Mustard, nope, my quirk isn't suited to be used around allies or from a corner of a room. Good guess, though. Monoma, but I checked for signs of an ambush and saw no one. Twice, we weren't being followed. Shigaraki gets up and starts walking forward, most likely someone's quirk. Rappa bashes through the wall, with Chrono bleeding from the eyes and Gio Iranaka on his shoulders. Overhaul, I think it's best we go. You took out my fingers and my shooter's eyes. I took out the mask's arm. I'm happy to call it even. Shigaraki, we'll see. Joy Iranaka, wise decision, hand guy. Overhaul, stops. It doesn't have to be right away, but the sooner the better. Takes out a business card and throws it behind him. Think carefully about your organization and stuff. The card lands between Tamura's feet, and Overhaul and his gang walk off. Mustard, let's get Naito. Aizawa, hello class. Now that all but one of you have your provisional licenses, you can do work studies. Some of the agencies you did internships with may not be open to work studies. However, I'm sure UA can find you someone to intern with. Anyway, choose your internships well. Also, remember this. Internships are different from work studies. You'll be given a wage and treated as an actual pro hero. Good luck. Yawns and goes to his sleeping bag. Izuku/Katsumi. The Endeavor agency would make sense, chooses it as their work study. Endeavor. Hello, Ms. Bakugo. Izuku/Katsumi. Hello, sir. Endeavor. How are your explosions coming along? Izuku/Katsumi. Very good, thank you. Your suggestions for a fire-based special move really helped. Endeavor. Good. I'm going to put you with a sidekick called Burnin. She's energetic and a little competitive, but she's a good candidate to be your guide. Might remind you a bit of your brother a bit, but I guarantee it's worth it. Izuku/Katsumi. Yes, sir. I trust your judgment. Endeavor. Thank you. I do appreciate that, but I can't exactly have a bias. You'll be patrolling a small, relatively safe area for your first week and a half, just so you can be adjusted to things like having a wage and not being seen as only an intern. The Night Eye Agency is also around there, and between you and me, I'd really like to know if All Might's former sidekick may have any hints to help inspire the public more, to make me able to shine like All Might. We're in a dangerous time, so society needs a symbol. Izuku/Katsumi. Oh, yeah, I understand. I'll do my best. Endeavor. Thank you, it's appreciated. Burnin. So, you're this Bakugo kid that Sir says he really believes in? Izuku/Katsumi. I am a Bakugo, yes. Burnin. Oh, someone who's not too confident. I'll make sure to crush that lack of confidence. Izuku/Katsumi. Oh, okay. Burnin. Good. Now, what's your hero name? Izuku/Katsumi. I accidentally gave them two hero names, so I'ma go with Lightburst, since I think it's better Lightburst. Burnin. That's a great name, it matches mine. Now let's head off. Izuku/Katsumi. Yes, ma'am. They start walking but stop in front of the alleyway when Eri runs out. Mirio? Izuku/Katsumi. Burnin, huh? Eri hugs Izuku/Katsumi tightly. Izuku/Katsumi. Huh? Are you okay? Eri. Overhaul. From the alleyway Eri. Izuku/Katsumi. Slowly hugs Eri back. Overhaul. Walks into the light. We don't want to waste these heroes' time. Eri. Please don't go. Izuku/Katsumi. Excuse me, but this girl seems really scared. Overhaul. Yeah, it's because I scolded her for misbehaving, huh? Pretty embarrassing to admit you can't control your own child. Mirio. Oh, well, sorry, I guess we'll let you take her back, Burnin. Are you kidding, kid? Tears some fire hair out. This child is clearly scared beyond reason. There's no way this man is safe. Overhaul. Please, fire-haired lady. I assure you, Eri is perfectly healthy. She has a warm bed, her own room, and toys. The only thing off is that her arms and legs are bandaged from a couple deep cuts, but I assure you she won't die or have permanent injuries. Mirio. So she got those cuts herself? Overhaul. My daughter can be clumsy. Now, come along. Eri, I must have a word with your caretaker. Eri gets up slowly and starts walking over to him. He starts walking into the alley, and the heroes semi-follow. Overhaul snaps his glove, and Eri follows him, making the heroes leave. Mirio goes over to Sir Night Eye with the other two following. Sir Night Eye? Burnin. Are you kidding, kid? You just let that clearly abused child go. Bubble Girl. Please, calm down. Sir Night Eye, explain. Izuku/Katsumi. Well, we were patrolling and bumped into Mirio near an alley. Then a girl with bandages on her arms and legs ran out and hugged me, and then this guy in a mask showed up and basically forced her to go with him. Burnin. And your sidekick stopped us from doing anything about it. Mirio. She only went with him because he was willing to get violent. It would be a better decision to get more specialized help. You know the number one. Maybe he can help us out, or some of his sidekicks can. Burnin. Maybe. Samu. Sir, why did you want us both? Fatgum. For your quirks, hardening, and energy fill. A perfect sword and shield, a dream team. It almost makes you guys equal Amajiki levels of power, and that's impressive for first years. Their patrol goes as normal, catching the criminals, and Kirishima taking out Sword Guy with Samu getting the final hit in replacement of where Fatgum is, grabbing him when he tries to escape, while Fatgum takes Tamaki to the hospital. Nizu. So, have you picked a successor yet? All Might. I'm afraid not. Nizuo? All Might. Well, there are 4 good candidates. Young Bakugo. With her explosions amped up, she'd be basically unbeatable. Young Todoroki. Adding elemental attacks to my fighting style. Young Samu. With a quirk that can be used to up her own physical abilities made more powerful by a quirk that also ups physical abilities, and Young Togata. With one for all increasing his physical abilities. His power move would be a guaranteed one-hit knockout. However, Young Togata's quirk might not really benefit from one for all because of its nature. Young Todoroki would have to have two different fighting styles, and one of them kinda consists of two fighting styles. Also, Endeavor might notice a change in quirk, and young Bakugo's quirk might get out of control based on how powerful it gets. Togata is also a third year, so his abilities might be artificially better than the others. Nizu, so why not Samo? All Might. Her quirk builds energy, it accumulates it in whatever she's touching. I'm not sure that would be safe when mixed with One for All. If they combine, then she might accidentally push it farther than her body can handle, and she'd explode. Nizu, I see. All Might. I need to observe them for longer. Nizu. Okay, take your time, it's a big decision. Burnin. Okay, Endeavor wasn't able to join us, but he did agree to send his son as a medic. Natsuo. Yo, this is kinda like my own personal work study, I guess. I hate my dad, but at least I'll get some hands-on experience. Izuku/Katsumi. If you hate your dad and don't seem too excited even though this is very dangerous, why come? Natsuo. He agreed to put in a good word with Recovery Girl, so I can become her assistant and, eventually, successor after I graduate medical school. Also, I'm not fighting, so I doubt I'll be in danger. Izuku/Katsumi. Oh, makes sense. Burnin. Anyway, let's go into the room, this'll be a long talk. Izuku/Katsumi. MK. Natsuo. Sure. They walk into the room, and all sit down. Naitai. Okay, thank you all for coming. I have called you all here to talk about a case of my agency. Gridlock, yeah. Why are these kids here? Naitai. Mirio and blonde hair over there points at Izuku/Katsumi were part of the encounter with Overhaul. Kirishima. Samu, he knows them because they were all over the news, and Amajiki, he knows Mirio's best friend were all involved in a key piece of evidence. I also trust Ryuka's judgment. Now, we've been surveilling the Shy Hasakai for a while now. However, we only just realized that he has a daughter who's scared of him and covered in bandages. Burnin, clearly abused. Gridlock, so, why didn't these three just grab the child and run? Burnin, that's what I said we should do. Night-Eye, Mirio decided that it would be a better and safer idea to get help instead of trying to fight him head-on. Holds up a quirk-erasing bullet. When this bullet was shot into Amajiki, his quirk was temporarily destroyed. Gridlock and Burnin at the same time. So, no difference from Aizawa, right? Aizawa, actually no. My quirk only blocks the body from being able to use their quirk factor. This bullet actually damaged his quirk gene. Luckily, his quirk returned. Night-Eye. Fatgum, want to explain the bullet? Fatgum. Sure, when this bullet was shot, I realized I'd never heard of a thing like this, so we ran some tests and found it filled with human cells and vital fluid. The room is shocked for a moment. Night-Eye. Yes. A quirk that destroys matter and a bullet that destroys quirks. Izuku/Katsumi. What are you saying? Burnin. Hits Izuku/Katsumi over the head. Are you deaf? Gridlock and Burnin. We're wondering if this Chisaki guy is turning his daughter into bullets. Izuku/Katsumi. Oh. Night-Eye. Anyway, we have decided to survey all Shy Hasakai bases, but need help. A random pro. Oh. That explains why you'd bring a bunch of low-levels pros together. Night-Eye. Yes, it'll better allow us to find his child. Gridlock. Can't you just use your quirk on us? Night-Eye. I'm afraid not. I can only use my quirk once every 24 hours. I'm also worried about looking too far into the future in case I see your death. Gridlock. Yeah, so what? Look into my future and tell me how I die. I'll defeat death. Night-Eye. No. When I look into the future, I can't change anything. I've tried. Even if I change a meal or certain action, the outcome always turns out the same. What if I, by looking into someone's future, somehow seal their fate? Gridlock. Oh. They end up finding the correct base and gather round for one more planned sesh before attacking. The pros show up and start beating up Yakuza members, easily displacing them and capturing one of the 8 bullets. They start navigating the maze of hallways that is the basement of the Yakuza base, and the hallways start moving to try to throw them off, causing Tamaki to have to fight and win against 3 of the bullets, as well as Kirishima and Fatgum having to fight Rappa and Shield Guy, winning. Meanwhile, Mirio went ahead and started fighting Overhaul. Gio makes it a bunch of rooms where Twice and Toga get some fighting action before being stopped by Night-Eye and retreating back. Twice and Toga start annoying Gio. Meanwhile, Moonfish Clone was sent to hold back Burnin and Night-Eye. Stain, I wouldn't advise that, you two. Twice. Come on, you want to destroy these losers, right? Toga. Yeah, these complete noobs need to go. Stain. I guess you're not wrong. These villains should go. Geo. Don't call US villains. He started shifting the ground into a single hole to crush them all to death, but ends up getting thrown out and gets caught by the pros. The three of them leave with Toga turning into Izuku/Katsumi to send help to the heroes. Twice. Creates a Mr. Compress clone. Mr. Compress clone. Talking to Toga, put on some clothes. This old man can't take that. Twice. Okay, go get that overhaul and the bullets. Mr. Compress clone, what? My arm only just get regenerated. You can't expect me to go get him. He'll kill me. Twice. You'll be fine. You're a clone, pushes Mr. Compress clone down the hole. Mr. Compress clone. Don't you psychopaths ever think about anyone but yourselves? Falls down. Stain. That was kinda sad to see. Toga. Yeah, I guess so. Mirio blocks the bullet from hitting Eri, losing his quirk. Izuku/Katsumi explodes towards Overhaul and releases a big one straight at Overhaul. Overhaul, oh no, gets thrown back with a broken nose and slightly burnt skin. Nineth bullet. Go. Katsuki Bakugo goes flying at Izuku/Katsumi. I told you not to call me that. Izuku/Katsumi explodes over Katsuki and releases a huge explosion from her back, sending him into the ground. Katsuki, my back. Overhaul grabs his own face and Shin's face. Shin, you've always been my most trustworthy and loyal subordinate. You'd do anything to help me, right? Even die? They both exploded and rejoined as one. Monster Hall starts using Shin's quirk. Eri, these people are suffering because of you. They're gonna die because of you. Do you really? Izuku/Katsumi uses a huge explosion to cancel out his voice, then yeets Katsuki at Overhaul to throw him off. Monster Hall grabs him and itself to mix them into one. Izuku/Katsumi keeps exploding around, trying to cancel out any noise he could use against Eri. Unholy Trinity Hall jumps into the air and starts switching between forms to try to attack Izuku/Katsumi. Izuku/Katsumi dodging the punch and realizes they can't really defeat him, only keep him busy. Mr. Compress clone gets turned to mush eventually. Press F to pay respects. Mirio manages to get Eri out, and the overhaul portion of Unholy Trinity Hall started to get desperate, giving Izuku/Katsumi the opening to fly into his eye and release a practically nuclear explosion minus radiation. Aizawa was using his quirk to Eri's under control, but when the two fighters hit the ground, he put her in between them and let her use it, fixing Izuku/Katsumi and unmixing Unholy Trinity Hall. Burnin runs out, holding Night Eye. We were fighting a villain, and he got his arms torn off, as well as hit through the stomach. He gets put in the ambulance as the Shai Hasakai. Overhaul, 8 bullets of the Shai Hasakai, 7 quirk-destroying toxin bullets, and Katsuki Bakugo are arrested. Izuku/Katsumi goes to Burnin. Are you okay? Burnin. Yeah, minor small cuts. I'm just bummed the guy was a clone. Izuku/Katsumi. Oh, that sucks. Burnin. You okay? Izuku/Katsumi. Yeah, I'm fine, just a bit achy. Dabi, hey idiot. Stop driving so recklessly. You're gonna make me car sick. Spinner. Sorry, wishing the 3 who went with the Shai Hasakai were here, but understands why they aren't. Shigaraki leaps from the car top and gets hit by Snatch. Snatch, you need to touch something with all 5 fingers to decay things, right? Meaning, you can't decay sand. Mr. Compress throws a marble under a car and releases the rock, upturning the car. Dabi uses fire to overpower Snatch and kill him. Shigaraki jumps to another police car and puts a hand through the windshield, sending the car off course and brings out Overhaul now. Tell me again who the next leader's going to be. Overhaul, did you come to kill me? Shigaraki, no, I though of something you'd have even more than that. Stain appears, gasping sorry. We used extreme running and compress clones to get me here. Don't kill Overhaul. Bring him and force him to join us as a show of power. Shigaraki, yeah, you're right, Stain. It'd be a waste to throw away such a good piece. In Shogi you can take the pieces you destroy, right? So, I shouldn't act like I'm playing chess and get rid of the piece altogether. Mr. Compress compresses his arm for the arm. Overhaul looks healed enough. Stain, so will yours when we get you to Nitto. Shigaraki grabs the bullets. Mustard God, did you never get your driving license? I'm a teen and I could drive better. Mustard, too bad, I'm driving. Also, yeah, I don't have a driving license. Moonfish, too late to change who's driving now, I guess. Magna, yeah, guess so. Uses her quirk on Aizawa, who's guarding Katsuki's prison ride, making him and South Pole and forcing him to fly towards the North Pole. Well, until he was roughly 5 kilometers away and her quirk no longer affected him. Aizawa hits the road hard, knocking him out. Moonfish gets up high and starts sending teeth everywhere, cutting into the police easily and munching them as Mustard frees Katsuki. Mustard, Bakugo, you seriously need to be more careful. Hey, are you okay? You're very white. Concerned. Katsuki, I died. He touched me and everything went black. Then I suddenly just came back and got arrested. Mustard, hey, it's okay. We're gonna take you back to the base and we can help you. Katsuki walks into the van, shaking. Both groups drive home with their acquired pieces. A couple days after defeating Overhaul, Izuku/Katsumi, Yarai-chan, smiles. Aizawa, well, she can't stay in the hospital, and due to how dangerous her quirk is, we can't put her in the foster system. Unfortunately, it seems her quirk can only affect living things, so it'll be hard to train. Aizawa, now, we'll be doing something soon. Class, nervous. Aizawa, the U. A festival. Class, who? The class take ages over deciding, even after getting threatened by Aizawa, but eventually deciding on a dance. Izuku/Katsumi doesn't want to dance in this AU. They feel uncomfortable dancing, so they go help with the practical effects. Izuku/Katsumi, eating. Mirio, with Eri, walks over and sits down high. Izuku/Katsumi, hi. Eri, plops onto a seat equals. Izuku/Katsumi, pats her head high. Eri here, equals D. Over the weeks, they train for the festival, but they realize the rope is a bit worn out, so Izuku/Katsumi heads off to a shop that opens early/never closes to buy some. Izuku/Katsumi, walking along a street with some very cool feet, but sees a suspicion, 2 people ahead. Gentle criminal, a hi. Izuku/Katsumi, tell me, is there any Golden Tips Imperial in there? My friend made it the other day, and it was great, so if there is any in there, I'd love to get some more. Gentle criminal, well, yes, there is some in there. You keep very good company, my dear. I'm glad you like it. Izuku/Katsumi, thank you, gentle criminal. Gentle criminal, Izuku/Katsumi, may I ask what you're planning to do to warrant drinking a tea that rare and high quality? Gentle criminal, if you know that, then you've seen a video of mine. I'm very glad it's reaching people. If you must know, I plan to break into UA and go down in the history books, next to great criminals like All for One and Aji Harima, the peerless thief. Izuku/Katsumi, and rob a young girl who's never got to smile of her first ever fun experience. Explosions crackle around their hands. Gentle criminal, I'm sorry, I don't want to do that, but I absolutely must. Taps the air farewell. They start bouncing away, taking La Brava with him. Izuku/Katsumi explodes at them, but the elastic air wobbles. Elasticity? Explodes over the barrier and starts heading after the 2 of the Moai. Get back here. Gentle criminal. Oh, this is rather dangerous. We've made a girl, who's like an older sister to a young girl, very annoyed. La Brava, let's run. They charged away as Izuku/Katsumi follows, fast. Gentle criminal goes into a construction site. La Brava gets thrown off course by a focused beam of an explosion. Izuku/Katsumi blasts straight into Gentle criminal. Gentle criminal uses elastic air to send them into a bunch of elastic air and land on a metal beam. Izuku/Katsumi gets up, but a bunch of beams fall down, and they have to use explosions to blast them apart. Gentle criminal and La Brava escaping. Izuku/Katsumi explodes forward but hits elastic and gets thrown back, having to perform a swirl maneuver to get back up and follow them, eventually sending a huge explosion to throw them into the ground of the forest, covering them in enough dirt and plants to hide their scent. Gentle criminal, this hides our scent. Now let us go. La Brava, yeah? Izuku/Katsumi explodes forward and keeps them under their hands. That's enough. La Brava. No gentle I love you, don't let it end this way. Gentle criminal. Glows pink and throws Izuku/Katsumi away. La Brava. Go. La Brava. Runs away, fast as she can. Gentle criminal. Looks at Izuku/Katsumi coming at him and dodges. He then takes a punch at Izuku/Katsumi. Izuku/Katsumi dodges. Gentle criminal and Izuku/Katsumi start exchanging blows, and then dodge and large explosions flying across the battlefield. Blow after blow, sending shockwaves of air around. Izuku/Katsumi takes a blow on the chest and explodes from all exposed skin, ending the fight by knocking out Gentle Criminal, so Izuku/Katsumi flees the scene. La Brava gets caught. The pros decide not to call the alarm as no villain actually broke in. Izuku/Katsumi runs to the group and gets in position. The show starts and they absolutely rock it, using explosions to fly Aoyama around, making the show even better. Everyone enjoyed it. Shoji and Jiro start scoping out the area. Shoji, over there? In the water. Mirio, equals help, I'm drowning. A bunch of students run over to help him as a building explodes and falls over. Shoto freezes the building with his ice. Izuku/Katsumi. Siro, Uraraka, I have an idea. Siro, Uraraka HM? Izuku/Katsumi. Siro, tape up Uraraka, and then I'll use an explosion to throw her at Mirio, and she floats Mirio out as you pull her back. Siro, okay, got it. Uraraka, I can do this. Siro, tapes up Uraraka. Izuku/Katsumi grabs Uraraka and yeets her at Mirio, using an explosion to make it a very powerful yeet. Uraraka touches Mirio. Siro pulls her back to the land. Mirio floats up. Siro uses tape to pull him to the land. Uraraka releases him and he drops to the ground. Suddenly, two more figures appear. Nijire. Hello, heroes, we're villains. Amajiki. Samu. What do you fiends want? Amajiki, to go home. Samu, then go home? Amajiki, sorry, can't do that. Mirio wants me to help you become great heroes, gets ready to attack them. Izuku/Katsumi explodes right at Nijire and blasts her straight through a building and uses small explosions to land safely. Amajiki creates shells in the end of his tentacles and hits her over the head, knocking them out. Denki releases a strong lightning cover move to paralyze Amajiki. Aizawa, and they win. I mean, fair play to Amajiki, being able to knock out Bakugo like that. Aizawa. Okay, class, get into your hero suits. We're doing a very special form of hero training today. They walk out and see Class 1B, missing a Monoma. Aizawa, since your class has one more person than mine, and because this person deserves a chance, I'm putting a special extra person on one of my class's teams. Shinso walks out. Hey, everyone, I promise I'll do my best. The fights. 1. Sue. Okay, how do we defeat Class 1B? Denki. I have an idea to neutralize them. Sue. Throw me into the sky and I'll deliver a powerful lightning blast across the arena. Metal is conductible, so even if Vine Girl uses her vines, she won't be safe from it. Sue. Wow. Denki, I wasn't expecting such a genius idea from you. Denki. Thanks. Samu's been helping me a lot with coming up with strategies. The match begins. Sue throws Denki high into the sky. Denki releases lightning all over the arena, sending it through the metal and knocking them all out. Sue catches him as the other two round up the students and put them in the cage. 2. The fight between Momo and Kendo's teams goes the same. 3. Shinso. Alright, I have this support item that can mimic voices. I can easily take over one of them with no risk. Shoto, that pony girl or metal boy are probably the biggest threats. Shinso, got it. Tails and hands, you take Spiral. Shoto, you take the guy who makes things soft. The match begins and Shinso slinks away. Shoto, Shoji, and Ojiro run straight at the other team. Mudman, huh? Are they stupid? Or something? Shinso, using Pony's voice. Hey, Tetsu? Tetsu, yeah? Get hypnotized. Shinso, turn your hand to metal, but leave your head normal and knock yourself out. Tetsu turns only his hand to metal and takes a swing round his face, setting himself free from the hypnosis but that doesn't matter because he knocked himself out. Shinso takes Tetsu away. Mudman touches the ground. Shoto sends ice straight at him and covers him in it. The ice starts falling. Tailman and Tentacle fight Spiral, easily overwhelming him and putting him in the cage. Pony starts sending horns into the ice and pulls Mudman out. Shinso, using Tetsu's voice Mudman, Pony. Mudman and Pony, get hypnotized. Shoto freezes them, and Shinso and Shoto carry them into the cage. 4. Samu, let's not waste time. Grabs a metal pole and sends energy through all the metal poles, knocking out all the Class 1B students except Lizardy, but the individual 50 parts of her body are vaporized Sugarman. Find her main body and knock her out. Sugarman takes a bunch of sugar into himself and runs over the bars, jumps at Lizardy and punches her across the face, knocking them out and landing safely. 5. Izuku/Katsumi. Okay, Uraraka, I want you to send Mina high into the air and destroy anything they could use their quirk on to attack us. Then I will unleash a huge explosion to knock them out, got it? Uraraka, got it. Mina, got it. The round starts. Uraraka touches Mina and she lifts up into the sky. Mina sends acid all over the place, destroying items and support items that are around the place. Rule: the acid burns. Emily has no support items, so she's fine. Mines gets his eye thing burned off and screams in pain from acid in his eye. Izuku/Katsumi comes out of nowhere and ignites the sweat from everywhere on their body, knocking them all out, and the 3 of them carry the Class B students into the cage. Vlad King, Class 1A wins overall. Class 1A students, no biased commentary. Shoto walks up to Izuku/Katsumi. Hey? Izuku/Katsumi, hi. Shoto, Dad invited you to his agency for an internship, if you still want to. Izuku/Katsumi, I'd love to. Shoto smiles, I'm glad. Endeavor, hello, you too. Shoto, hi. Izuku/Katsumi, hi. A glass villain starts attacking the city, preaching about something or other. Endeavor blasts off. Shoto and Izuku/Katsumi follow him as fast they can. Endeavor easily defeats the villain. Some of his assistants try to catch Endeavor, and Izuku/Katsumi and Shoto go to help him, but Hawks steals their thunder. Hawks gives Endeavor a book and tells him to read it, especially the highlighted parts. They go to the Endeavor agency, and Burnin is happy to see her apprentice again. Burnin, hey Bakugo. Izuku/Katsumi smiles, hey Burnin. They talk for a bit. Endeavor walks out of his office, I'm taking Bakugo and Shoto with me, sorry Burnin. Burnin, sad, but I get it. She's a talented one. Endeavor, indeed. Now, tell me what you want to improve. Izuku/Katsumi, I want to find more varied ways to use my power. I feel I've gone to the maximum with what I can do, but I need to know how better to use my power. Endeavor, different ways to use your power, got it. Shoto, can I go? Endeavor, you want to use Prominence Burn, don't you? Shoto, partly, but seeing Katsumi find a way to make solid explosions into a cage made me think, and I've considered this greatly, water attacks. Endeavor, oh, I see, genius Shoto. You two bounce off each other really well. They head out, see Endeavor not slow down around a corner, and save a life. He shows that speed is important, and they go to a rooftop and eat. Endeavor, Bakugo, work on a fire version of that cage defense. A villain who can absorb physical damage can absorb heat damage, not fully. Same the other way. Izuku/Katsumi, but how? Endeavor, your quirk works by using chemical reactions, right? Change the type of reaction from exploding to creating fire, then focus on raising the heat. Shoto, focus on using both sides at once when they're touching. That'll create water if it's possible. You'll be working alone. Izuku/Katsumi, alone? Shouldn't we work together? Endeavor, me and Hawks did work together against that Nomu, but most of the time a hero works alone and must be independent. 2 months earlier, Shigaraki decays a window and steps in, the League following him. Creature Rejection Clan member. Who are you? Shigaraki, we are the League of Villains, get out of our way. Creature Rejection Clan member. That guy points at Spinner Gross, he's ugly, a crime against God. Mutations shouldn't exist. Gets out his trident. Mustard shoots all of them dead. They all grab anything of value from the mansion. Muscular, not really anything valuable. Moonfish, eating bodies. Mustard, yeah, religion doesn't pay well anymore. Naito, do I seriously need to be here for this? Tamura, yes, I want everyone here for this new power. Overhaul, I wonder what it is. Stain, as long as it helps us reach our goal. Toga, Stainy. Suddenly, a hulking mass, that they originally mistook for the ground, rises up. Gigantomachia, weak, charges at them. Dabi throws fire at him. Gigantomachia runs right through the fire and gets ready to crush them. Mustard shoots him, but the bullets bounce off. Moonfish sends his teeth over him, but nothing happens other than broken teeth. Bakugo blasts a huge explosion over Gigantomachia, but it merely sets him back a few centimeters. How the hell? Suddenly, from under a stone, All for One's voice is played, and Gigantomachia jumps over there. Gigantomachia, Master, where are you? Why did you go? Crying. Suddenly, Grey Goo warps them into a weird room with blue/purple lighting. The Doctor, your hair has grown since we last saw Shigaraki. Shigaraki, Doctor. Overhaul. Let me guess, that giant is the power promised? The Doctor, good guess, Chisaki. Now, I'm not going to give it to you for nothing. You must make him submit. I'd much rather give Chisaki the power uses Johnny to send everyone back. 3 months later. Toga. Walking along the mountainside. Shigaraki's been out there for a while. How long until that monster takes a rest? Spinner. I think like an hour and a half. Toga. Spins around and starts walking back to the camp. Spinner follows her. Toga reaches the others. Spinner leans against a tree. I feel like we could do so much better. We're wasting time. We could reach our goal. Dabi. What are you going to do, Spinner? Leave. Spinner. No. I'm just saying, most of us are here because of Stain's message. Why are we wasting time? Toga. Because we want to Mr. Shigaraki succeed. We want to live our normal. Dabi. Endeavor is mine, but I need allies to stop anyone else getting in the way. Twice. I'm just glad to finally have friends. Katsuki. I'm gonna kill my sister. That beach thinks she can take what is rightfully mine. I will be the strongest. Stain. I'd have been imprisoned had Shigaraki not saved me. He's got a conviction. I owe him a debt. He wants to purge this world of unfair heroes and make people know just how unsafe they really are. However, he doesn't think All Might is a good hero. He thinks heroes as a concept are bad. Dabi. I agree with his belief. Stain. And he wants to destroy everything. Toga. Wait, will he destroy everything I love too? Twice. Let's ask clones him. Toga. Puts a knife to Shigaraki's neck. You want to destroy everything. Does that include the things I love? Shigaraki. Calm, there's always room for my allies' wishes. You can keep what you want, I won't destroy it. Stain. And why do you want to destroy everything? Shigaraki. I only really remember my life starting when I met All for One, and the Doctor remembers himself gaining the hands and decay. Proof, gloves. No hero found me, but he did. It's my duty to destroy this failure of a society. Stain. I see. Shigaraki. Runs off to fight Gigantomachia, causing a distraction but being turned to goo in seconds. Later. Gigantomachia, finally tired, sleeps. Shigaraki. Walks over. Okay, 3 hours of resting time. An hour later, Twice phone rings. Twice answers it. Read Estro. Hello, League of Villains. We are the Paranormal Liberation Army, and we want you to come here. We have satellites watching you, and we'll know if you come here or not. If not, we'll tell the heroes where you are, and you'll be crushed. Besides, we have your broker here, Jiren, right? You may have noticed Finger appearing in cities. They're his fingers. We'll kill him if you don't come here. Hangs up. Twice. Puts phone back. What do we do? Shigaraki. Doctor. How long until Gigantomachia wakes up? Doctor. Over intercom. About 2 hours. Shigaraki. Then, I've got an idea. We're elites. They're just people. We go there and we fight them, hold them off, and then have Gigantomachia destroy them. Once he's tired, we force him to submit. It'll probably take a while for us to get there, so the amount of time we need to hold them off should be about an hour and 20 minutes, give or take a few minutes. Chisaki. I must admit, that's a good plan. You've grown. Let's do this. They head off, arriving at the town. Suddenly, the citizens start attacking them, splitting them up. Stain. Paralyzing people left and right. not killing them because they're just normal citizens. Moonfish, killing everyone. Stain paralyses, eating them. Mustard, backing up Stain by shooting people dead. Muscular, punching people's skeletons out. Overhaul, making the ground stab people through the heart. Bakugo, blasting people's heads straight off their bodies. Naito, trying to attack people but not exactly a front fighter and gets grabbed. Dabi, turns the people grabbing her to ash and puts her on his back. I'm only doing this because losing our healer would suck. Mr. Compress, capturing enemies in marbles. Spinner, running around. Trumpet, appears in front of him. Spinner, Koku Hanabata, from the Hearts and Minds party. Trumpet, yes. Activates his quirk. Come on, army, get them. Powering up his followers, using his quirk. The army of people run after Shigaraki, who starts to weave and run away. Shigaraki jumps up and runs along a wall, away from a group of attackers. The army of people, who seem like they're tangled together, run after him. Shigaraki grabs one of them, turning them to dust, and it spreads through the entire group, killing them all. Spinner, did his decay just spread? I thought that couldn't happen. Toga runs into Curious. Curious, Himiko. Toga, as a journalist, you interesting me. What led an innocent young kind girl to become a deranged murderer? Toga, I'm not here to tell my life story. Tries to stab her. Curious, I learnt as a young journalist never to take no for an answer. Get her. Curious workers jump at Curious and explode, forcing Toga back. Toga runs away, being careful to dodge any explosions until she ends up in a shop and throws needles into Curious workers, drinking their vital fluid, but it explodes in her, causing her to run away injured. A worker explodes next to her and throws her to the floor. Curious walks up to Toga. Shame I won't get my story, but the Liberation Army must come first. Toga turns into Tsu and uses her large tongue to knock Curious back and stands up, turning into Monoma. I've drained so much vital fluid from this cutie over the 5 months we've had him. I think the pain's driven him insane. Curious jumps forward, going to touch her. Toga grabs her arm, copying her quirk, and jumps sideways, throwing Curious into the floor. One of Curious workers jumps at Toga, activating his electric quirk. Toga touches him, blowing him up. I copied her quirk? That means I have his quirk. Curious gets up and goes to blow her up. Toga touches her and blows her up. I win. Turns back to normal and slowly walks into a shed and lays down, the explosions finally taking their toll. Twice, running around. Toga-chan opens the shed. Oh no. 2 Twice copies grab him and many Twice copies grab Toga and start attacking her. Twice no? Toga no. Redestro, nice work. Skeptic. Skeptic, thank you Redestro. Redestro, it'll be good to have him on our side. Dabi, turning people to ash left and right. Suddenly, a man dressed in a blue cloak, riding ice, appears and goes in front of Dabi. Keaton, hello. Starts sending ice at Dabi. Dabi, you idiot. Fire melts ice, sends fire over the ice. Twice, Toga. No, I'd never hurt Toga. Skeptic over intercom, break his arms. The Twice copies break real Twice arms. Twice, OW. My arms they hurt, but I'm not turning to goo. Smiles and suddenly a burst of goo erupts around him and Twice clones overflow the area, destroying the bad Twice. Army of Twice clones start overflowing the battlefield. Twice, huh? Toga-chan, you've grown so much since I've last cloned you. I'm sorry, but I'll have to measure you again. Measures her and creates a Toga clone, draining the vital fluid from her and giving it to Toga. Redestro, you failed. Skeptic. Skeptic, no Redestro. This was all part of the plan. Stands up. I've only ever failed once in my life, and I won't fail again. Walks out, holding his tablet. Mr. Compress, Shigaraki was right. These opponents are weak. They only have numbers. That Ice Boy is the only one who shines above the rest. Dabi, sends fire at Geaton. I'll just melt your ice. Why enter this fight? Geaton, huh? Are you just stalling for time? I can see the smoke coming from your arm. Your own flames consume you. Sends ice at Dabi. Dabi, sends blue flames over the ice, melting it. Easy. Mr. Compress, if it's so easy, could I get some help? Dabi, no. Mr. Compress, are you that selfish? Dabi, no. Just why would I help when they're here? Army of Twice clones. We're here, Compress. Yeah, we'll save you. Kills a bunch of people around Compress. We should clone Dobby. Yeah, what are we, idiots? They start creating clones of League members. Mr. Compress. Amazed and happy, I thought he didn't clone himself. Army of twice clones. Let's just say, we got over it. Geeton. I dropped some of my ice on the sewers. Makes ice burst out of the ground, killing Liberation Army members and twice clones alike. Army of twice clones. Me. Mr. Conorus. He killed his own allies. Nido. Leans closer to Dobby. Let me heal you. Then you can use your fire at will. Dobby. Smiles. Thanks, Nido. Starts sending fire at Geeton. Nido. Healing Dobby. Dobby. Uses fire on his feet to fly at Geeton and starts throwing fire everywhere. Geeton starts sending ice at Dobby. Dobby punches his fist forward and a huge wave of fire strikes the ice, burning Geeton badly and melting the ice he was on. Dobby lands next to him and puts Nido down. Dobby, thanks for the help. Now heal and subdue him. Nido, got it. Heals Geeton and ties him up, making sure to keep him unconscious. The army of twice clones burst into the main office room of the Liberation Army. Redestro, hello Twice. Starts using his quirk and sends out a strong burst, killing many clones. Twice clones himself, and they create clones of Shigaraki. Get him, guys. Shigaraki, don't clone your leader just to kill him. Redestro makes his arm fully powered and kills most clones. Shigaraki clone jumps at Redestro. The two engage in a fight back and forth until clone Shigaraki is left hanging from a window ledge. Redestro picks up the Shigaraki clone. Why do you want to destroy everything? What happens after you do? What will you do next? Shigaraki clone smiles. He's coming. If I were him, I'd touch the building with all 5 fingers. Suddenly, the whole building seems to blast apart into dust. Twice lands on the rest of the clones, killing them but surviving. Shigaraki clone turns to Goo. Shigaraki, you really are a monster, aren't you? Usually, when a human falls from a height, they die. Redestro, shame I didn't get an answer to my question, but whatever. Shigaraki, you're just big, nothing else. Redestro starts taking punches at Shigaraki, and Shigaraki keeps dodging. Redestro, he can move so fast. If he could move this fast, Kamino might have gone very differently. You could only achieve that speed with months of intense training. Punches at him and knocks off Hana's hand and grabs him. Shigaraki, that was Hana's hand. He remembers his entire past. How his dad was strictly against heroes, how he wanted to be a hero, how Hana betrayed him. Redestro holds him by his fingers and breaks them, holding him knowing he can't use 5 fingers on either hand anymore. Shigaraki decays his hand using only 2 fingers and is dropped. He remembers how he was beaten and how his quirk manifested late and killed his family, how All for One took him in, and how he killed 2 drunk people who made fun of him when he was alone. Redestro powers up his super attack, forcing his stress into a huge ball of power and goes to throw it at him. Shigaraki touches it with 1 finger and destroys it. Redestro, what the hell? Shigaraki puts his hand on the ground and blasts everything to bits. Redestro tries to avoid it, but ends up landing on the decaying ground. Redestro cuts his legs off to stop the decay spreading to him. Trumpet, get him, save Redestro. Shigaraki looks over at the group and they immediately stop, scared out of their mind. Redestro, I see you're clearly a man who is truly liberated. Shigaraki, you got money? Gigantomachia charges through the Liberation Army, killing a bunch, and then passes out. Shigaraki puts a finger on Gigantomachia. Submit. Gigantomachia, you are strong. Falls asleep. Doctor, I must admit, you passed my expectations. Shigaraki nods. Doctor, but I do have one question. You have enough power. Why do you want more? Shigaraki, because I must change society. I must show everyone how weak their society is. I hate them all. I need more power. Doctor, nods slightly. Okay then, but it's going to be the worst pain of anyone's life. Shigaraki, I can take it. Doctor, good. Puts him into the machine and starts the procedure. Endeavor. Katsumi, how are your chemical reactions doing? Aizu/Katsumi, it's going quite well. Rub their hands and arms and ignites the sweat, causing fire over their arms. Endeavor, nods very good. Shoto? Shoto, I couldn't create water, but I did create a form of ice fire as a special attack. Endeavor, really? That sounds very impressive. I'm proud of you, Shoto. Now, show me your speed. Flies around a corner, chasing a villain. Shoto uses an ice bridge with fire to go even faster than Endeavor. Aizu/Katsumi unleashes 2 explosions from each palm, and then fire and explosions from her feet to move faster than either of them and knocks out the villain with an explosion. Shoto lands seconds after them. Endeavor lands a millisecond after Shoto. Good work. I am very proud of you both. I went first and was just about last, meaning you can get to rescues even faster than me. Now, we focus on your fighting styles. My goal is for you both to be able to defeat me, not holding back, in individual one-on-one fights, without sustaining a noticeable injury by the middle of your second year. It's a lot, but if you can do that, then you'll have surpassed me, and we'll have 2 guaranteed top 2 pro heroes. You've already surpassed my speed in theory, but that will need to become consistent, and you have to go from 0 to full speed immediately. It's almost the end of your first year. I'll have Hawk's assist in making your speed second nature. Then we will focus on fighting styles. By the end of your second year, I'll want you to defeat Hawks in a one-on-one fight with no notable injury. His speed will provide a good challenge and difference. By mid-third year, I'll want 1-on-2 fights with one of you defeating both me and Hawks in a fight with no notable injuries. By the end of your third year, I'll expect you to defeat a team on your own consisting of me, Hawks, Best Jeanist, a powerful ice quirk user, Burnin, and Crust, the shield hero. That team should be the hardest combination of quirks for both of you to fight. Beat them, and you'll be unstoppable. Aizu/Katsumi. Oh wow, that does make perfect sense. You and Burnin's fire would ignite my sweat and lower my control. An ice quirk user could stop me sweating. Best Jeanist could instantly capture anyone. Hawks is fast and good with pressure points, and Crust shield would lower my attack's effectiveness. Plus, they're all pros with years of experience, most high up in the rankings. Beating them would be really hard, if not impossible, but I promise I will work my absolute hardest to beat that team. Endeavor, that's what I want to hear. Shoto. I understand the pro part, but those quirks wouldn't be hard. My ice could freeze Best Jeanist anyway. Crust shields couldn't stop him being frozen. As a third year, I would know your moves and be able to match them, and I'd have ice moves to capture you. Burnin has less fire, and I could easily catch an ice, and the ice quirk user would be overwhelmed by my fire and ice special moves. Hawks would be the only big issue, but by that point I'd have beaten him alone and fighting with you. Endeavor, Shoto. Aizu/Katsumi. Not really, Shoto. Your dad can use fire from all of his body and has years of experience using those attacks. A powerful ice user would have the same advantages, but with ice. Burnin's fire is green, and therefore hotter, and she can fly, which gives her an entirely different firefighting style, which you couldn't easily match. Crust could cut and stop your ice touching his actual body with his shields. Best Jeanist could help the others dodge and himself dodge and throw you off center. And Hawks would be harder with the rest backing him up, and he'd have learnt from the 2 times you defeated him. Endeavor, you're very observant, Bakugo. And that is exactly my thinking. Shoto. Oh, I see. Thank you for the information, Bakugo. Aizu/Katsumi. You're welcome. Shoto. Not so. A while ago you said you'd come to a family dinner. If you'd still like, we're having a family dinner in a few days. Endeavor. We'd greatly enjoy your company, Mrs. Bakugo. Aizu/Katsumi. Sure, I'd love to come. Endeavor. Smiles perfect. Shoto. Smiling I'm glad. Fuyumi. Setting the table, please try and get along with Father, Natsuo. Natsuo. Sits down, sighing I'll try. Endeavor. Walks in, we have a guest. Please welcome Mrs. Bakugo. Sits down. Shoto. Sits down. Aizu/Katsumi. Oh, a hi, small wave, and sits down. Natsuo. Hi. Fuyumi. Hello, I'm Fuyumi, and he's Natsuo. Aizu/Katsumi. Oh, I've met Natsuo when he did medicine for our attack in the Shy Haseki, when we saved Eri. Fuyumi. Oh, that's good. You must know he's getting a degree in medicine, and I'm a teacher. Aizu/Katsumi. Ah, well, I'm Katsumi Bakugo, and I'm a UA student. My quirk is a nitroglycerin-like sweat all over my body which I can ignite at will. What are your quirks? I didn't get to see Natsuo's quirk in the rescue. Natsuo. Oh well, I can create ice from any part of my body. The ice is much colder than my mom's at 273. 15 degrees Celsius, 0 Kelvin, or 456. 67. At least, In theory, I usually just make ice at the location of an injury, so I don't make it that cold, but the quirk doctors I work with said it could be absolute zero if I wanted it to be. Of course, they only analyzed my quirk when they realized I'm Endeavor's son, and I don't plan on making it that cold, but still. They also said my body would probably freeze much faster than it's supposed to because apparently I got Dad's fire resistance, much like Toya, but in reverse. Scowls, of course. Toya isn't with us anymore, eats his boba. Fuyumi sighs. Aizu/Katsumi finishes writing in their notebook. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Natsuo, it's fine. Fuyumi, I just produce ice, same temperature as Shoto's or Mom's. Normal ice resistance, you know. Aizu/Katsumi writes it down in their notebook. So, is your mom a pro hero? Fuyumi, no. Endeavor. She could have been, with the strength of her quirk. Sighs. But I ruined her. Shoto, eating boba MHM. Aizu/Katsumi. Ah, I see. After the meal. Fuyumi. Bakugo, would you help me clean up? Taking things to the kitchen. Aizu/Katsumi. Sure takes the rest, and follows Fuyumi. Fuyumi. Thank you, and as a teacher, I can't just not allow someone to learn, so you have to take this secret to the grave. Aizu/Katsumi. Nods. What is it? Fuyumi. Produces white fire from her fingertips. Aizu/Katsumi. Covers their own mouth. MMPH. You can produce fire? Starts writing this down. Fuyumi. Yeah, only from my fingertips, toes, knees, elbows, eyelashes, and nose. As you saw, the fire is white, meaning it's weaker than Toya's, as his flames were bright blue, but stronger than Dad or Shoto. Even though it's very few parts of my body, Dad would have trained me like he trained Toya because of the ice-fire mix, the flames being hotter than his, and the fact that I could still use most of his attacks with just a little reworking. There's also the fact Toya's flames burn him, so I'd be a more suitable replacement even if I wasn't perfect. Aizu/Katsumi finishes her notebook, and I've even made a page on Toya. But don't worry, I promise I won't tell anyone about this. Fuyumi, thank you. Aizu/Katsumi, of course. Heads out, and hears yelling in the other room. Natsuo, I didn't even know Shoto, my own brother, liked boba. If it wasn't for you, Toya would be here. MOM would be okay. Shoto wouldn't have that scar. Storms out. Endeavor. Sighs and follows Natsuo. I'm not seeking forgiveness. I just want to make things right. Your feelings are understandable, and you're right to be annoyed. Have a safe trip home. Heads back in. Natsuo starts heading home. Some guards let out Ending. Thanks. Heads out. Straight to stalking Endeavor, and uses Trigger to power up his quirk and catch Natsuo. Endeavor sees a news report about a villain and runs off. Shoto follows. Aizu/Katsumi follows. Ending. Burn me with your flames, Endeavor. Endeavor. I know this guy. I arrested him a while ago. Guess he went a tad obsessive in prison. Drop my son. Ending. Kill me, Endeavor. Burn me, or I kill your son. Endeavor. Heroes don't kill. Ending. You killed the Nomo. Ha ha. Kill me, or your son dies. Endeavor. My son will burn if I attack you. Natsuo, are you an idiot? I said earlier, I am Toya in reverse. I can take it. Endeavor. It didn't register before. I never knew I'm a terrible father. Leaps forward. Powering up an attack. I had a dream last night. The family was eating together, and they were happy, but I'm not a part of it. Uses a big fire burst to remove the road lines from Natsuo, and carries him away. Phew, you always said you were weak to fire. Natsuo. I hated being associated with you, but I said it earlier, so I figured I'd say it again. Ending. You liar. Sends the road lines at Endeavor. Aizu/Katsumi uses a fire chemical reaction to push the lines away and then blasts them apart. Shoto catches Ending in ice. Sorry. Your dream won't come true today, any of them. Endeavor, reading the book Hawks gave him, and notices the code, a group with over 900 members? The Meta Liberation Army. Hawks, Lance, take me in. Slide and go. You giving me orders? Remember, you may be the number 3 hero, but here, I outrank you. Hawks. Skeptic, you outranking Hawks? Don't be ridiculous. Slide and go. I'll lead you in. Hawks walks into the base. Hi. Tomura, you're late. Hawks. So, this was the end of this series. Stay tuned for next part of this series, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.